And when it comes to practice too, I want to touch on that point for a second. When it comes to practicing with heart, or when coaches say, and again, we're talking amateur coaches here. I'm not talking about real professional coaches, college coaches, right? Top end college. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about high school coaches and little league coach, whatever. When they say, you guys got to have some heart. You guys had no heart today. Those are the kind of the coaches that I'm aiming at today and sort of teasing, put it lightly. But when when it comes to practice, okay. Sound like Allen Iverson. When it comes to practice, though, you're not practicing with heart. The definition of practicing, you got to practice the right way. There is no such thing as practicing with heart. You have to practice the right way. And by doing that, you have to be focused and you have to execute. Whether it's doing the small things, practicing double plays, practicing base running, it's doing those small little things. That means a lot more than just practicing with heart, because you can still practice with heart and you could still mentally be out of it and not be locked into where you need to be to get better.
Yeah, and you almost see athletes like leaning on it, where it's like, oh well, okay, well I went all out, and to be honest, it's probably an athlete who really struggles to maintain their smart during a game or something like that, where it's uncomfortable to work out what you're not good at. It's uncomfortable for them to maybe focus a little bit more to try to play that or develop that smartness about them. So they're just going to keep deterring to like, well, I know I'm good at this. I know I've been complimented for this before. I'm going to continue to just do this all out, throw this as hard as I can. Because, right, I played next to someone who was just like lost their head when it came to practicing her games and wanted to go all out all the time. And it was the difference of like being able to just field a nice and easy ground ball and throw it to first versus fielding it as hard as they could, throwing it as hard as they could, having no touch on a ball. You're almost like a little bit of an out of control athlete at that point. So again, and it's too, like, people are going to see the title and be like, what do you mean? Like, of course you need like passion and emotion. And it's not, again, we're not saying you have to be a robot on the field. We're just saying like that cannot be what trumps how you actually go out and play the game. It cannot be the end all be all. That's like, well, that's the only thing I'm going to ride off of now. I'm not going to think, I'm just going to go. So I think that really is the biggest delaying factor. So we don't make this bonehead play when it matters the most, let's say.